You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for this Saturday, February 8th edition. We've got a great show in store for you. We're really excited about our new neighbors here in the Seasons building in Avon. That's the Bluebird Ski Lockers. Now, they're running a fantastic special, and we can't wait to give you more information on that here in just a little bit. We're also going to give you a great recipe that you can tailgate with tomorrow for the big game, and it's one of my favorite recipes because it's so easy and it's so delicious, and that's buffalo chicken dip. And then there are always so many wonderful things taking place in our community, and one of them is the Vail Rec District races that are happening. And so we're going to give you some more information on all of that, which is going to take place here on Good Morning Vail, which starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Indulge in the bold flavors of Makoto at Grand Hyatt Vail. Make your reservations today.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
Welcome back to the show. Now, I love getting to talk about things that get you excited to get out there, ski or ride, and help you see better on the mountain. So right now I've got the Smith 4D Mag with the ChromaPop lens technology. Now, this is a great goggle. Because of that 4D technology that's in it, it increases your field of view by 25% with that bird's eye view. So as we take a look at this goggle lens, as I rotate it down, you can see that that lens continues right here, allowing you to see better out there with that 25% increase. Now, to change this goggle lens, all you do is pull these levers down. Then you're going to pull that lens right out. It's easy to switch. You're going to line it up. Make sure that it is fully lined up, that goggle lens is all the way in there, and then you're just going to snap those little levers back into place, securing your goggle lens, making it nice and easy to change. If I can change it here on the couch, well, then you can change it out there on the chairlift. This is an incredible goggle to have your hands on because that ChromaPop technology means color pop, so it's going to help you see those colors better out there on the slopes, so that way you can see better, so you can ski or ride better. Now, if you want to get your hands on this incredible goggle, make sure that you go to any one of the Eyepieces of Vail locations throughout our community because we've got so many that you're going to want to check out, and there are some great places to get a helmet and some goggles. That way you are fully protected out there on the mountain. We want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report this morning. If you're looking for new goggles, new helmet, or any vision needs, well, then they're the perfect place for you to go. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! Quiz. BCQ. Black College Quiz. BCQ. Yeah, man.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Good morning, Vail.
Our newest neighbors here in Avon at the TV station are Bluebird Ski Lockers, and these are luxury ski lockers right here in the heart of Avon, and I'm joined by the brilliant brain behind it, Chuck. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Maddie. Thank you for having us. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for taking the time to tour us, meet with us, and show us all of the great amenities that Bluebird Ski Lockers have to offer.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to show everybody in Avon, Edwards, Vail, wherever you are.
And we're right here in the lobby. So you start out, you come into the lobby, there's a beautiful fireplace. Then as we make our way into Bluebird Ski Lockers, there's so many great amenities. So let's talk about the inspiration behind the lockers.
Sure. We came from the Midwest, and we're in the storage facility business. And we're very outdoorsy, and we used to love to ski and hike and bike. And we had heard about ski lockers in the valley. And so my son and I and a couple other partners decided, let's go for it. So my wife and I moved here about 6 months ago, and we finally just opened. So we have 100 lockers to start with, and we've got a lot more coming.
Which I think is great, because this is something that the family can rely on all winter long, and especially if you've got those kiddos at home, this is going to be a great way to do it, because you're never going to believe the mistake I made this morning.
No, what was that, Maddie?
I left my ski boots in my car overnight, so guess who's going to have cold feet all day?
Oh boy, Maddie, yeah, that's a problem. So when you come here and with the kids, if you have several kids, you might forget a couple ski poles, you might forget boots, you might forget one of your jackets. So here you can leave everything, Maddie, if you'd like to.
And make it so convenient, that way when you go to put your ski boots on, they're not freezing, they're not stiff, and you can get your foot in them in the morning.
Exactly, and it's nice and warm in here, Maddie, as you know.
It is very nice and warm. Now let's talk about some of these other great amenities, because what we've got going on right now is this great open space for the family to come, kind of enjoy, and then of course you've got coffee, you've got hot chocolate, so everyone can start their morning off with a good cup of coffee, get the kids some hot chocolate, and then get out there on the mountain.
Absolutely. We'll have a full furniture in here, couches, chairs. You can hang out, you can get on the internet and do some work before you go skiing if you have to. Take that conference call, meet up with your partners, watch a little bit of skiing on the tube, and of course getting some hot cocoa or coffee or tea or water or even a soda if you want one of those.
All of the great options, and there's just such a nice amenity to these lockers, as you can fit 4 sets of skis, 4 sets of boots. So whether you want to do the lockers with the family or whether you want to do the lockers with the friends, it's nice and convenient, and they're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much, Maddie. That was the idea, to make it easy, make them look nice. And it's a nice warm environment, as you can tell, and bright, you know. I mean, you're not going down in a basement. You're walking in on a first floor. I'll open one up for you, Maddie, just to give you an idea what they look like. So you have lots of hooks. You can hang jackets, your hats, your goggles. You put your boots on the poles there, put your skis next to it. I mean, it's very simple. Everybody has their own lock combination, so nobody can get into it. You have your own keypad to get in. It's 24/7 accessibility. We have 3 entrances, which I think we will show you down the road here.
Which I think is really important that people know that, especially for those people who maybe come, they travel, or maybe they've got a big ski trip planned and so they need to come and get all of their ski accessories. Well, then it makes it super convenient having 3 different entrances, 24/7 access.
Absolutely. And, you know, as wonderful as Beaver Creek is, a great place to ski.
Yes.
If you want one day to go to Aspen, for example, or Vail, hey, you can hop in the car, park in front for 20 minutes, grab all your equipment, and head to Vail, wherever you want to go.
Which we haven't even talked about the convenience factor of the location quite yet, because I grew up skiing, I love skiing, and my favorite place to ski to this day is Beaver Creek, and you're so close.
We're so close, Maddie, which will show you, we're about 100 steps from the gondola. So you can walk right over, you don't have to walk too far in your boots, because they're not the most comfortable thing in the world if you're walking, you know, a half a mile or a quarter of a mile, which I see people doing continuously, Maddie.
I'm not going to call out Bridge Street in Vail right now for the walking, but I will say that Beaver Creek is luxury compared to that.
Absolutely. So we want to make it convenient. That's our whole gig here.
And then as we continue walking through, you've got these great end caps on the lockers. So maybe if you're someone who's doing some après and you're going from skiing during the day to doing some dinner at night, well then you've got a great little makeup station here where you can get set up, you can get taken care of, you can get cleaned up after your ski day, which I think is such a fantastic way for people to spend their time in the ski lockers.
Absolutely. You don't have to rush out and rush home to change. We have a couple changing rooms here, so you can change in that. We have several of these stations that you can, you know, primp yourself, make yourself look beautiful, whether you're a guy or a gal. And you don't have to run home. You can stay here, hang out. Afterwards, come here and have a drink of some sort, you know, whatever you want. There's no rush to run out of here and go home or to another restaurant or anything.
Well, and then people get to spend time with you, learn about the inspiration, and of course, meet one of our newest community members, because we love welcoming new people to our community, and especially people who are bringing such great business models. Now, for those of us who made a mistake this morning, you've got the perfect solution.
So we have these beautiful boot warmers, and what you can do is, because they will blow out warm air, almost heat, you can put your boots on for 5 or 10 minutes and they're going to warm right up, and it's not going to hurt the liner of the boot at all, which is really nice. The plastic will separate easier, slip them on, and you're going to walk outside, and we'll show you out here.
And this is a great amenity that you have, because you're just steps from that gondola that's going to take you right up from the Westin. So if you're someone who's staying at the Westin, well then this is the perfect way to keep all your ski gear so close, you're just steps away, and then you come out this door, which you're about to do some great remodeling out here.
Exactly. Our mission this spring, summer is to have furniture out here, some games, possibly little fire pits for the winter time. But as you can see, you walk down the steps across the street. You can grab a breakfast burrito if you'd like to.
Yes.
And then you're on the lift. And then when you come back the same way, as you'll have 24/7 access right here. So it's very easy. I mean, that's the whole game of skiing here.
And the bus stop is right there. So whether you want to ski Beaver Creek, make your way across, or you want to catch that convenient bus to Vail, it's all a possibility, literally just steps out your door.
Absolutely. We want to make it convenient. And we have a couple restrooms for you to use, private restrooms, so you don't have to, go somewhere else just to use the facilities.
Right, which I think is so important, making it all convenient, giving everyone kind of that nice way to access everything. We've already touched on the dressing rooms, but this is such a good amenity, and especially if you're in a rush. I know I go from skiing to yoga, so
I bet.
It's easy to kind of lose track of time in the hustle and bustle of changing all my clothes.
Right, exactly. So we want to make it, again, convenience. That's the number one word that we use continuously here.
Yes.
And it's a safe place too, so you don't have to worry about that, whatever time of day or night that you come here.
Yes, because the Seasons building is so beautiful, and it's just right here in the heart of Avon, which makes it so convenient. Now you've got more lockers on the way, which you're going to fill
coming over here.
But if someone maybe needs a quick little wax thrown on, or they need a better service, you've got options for those.
Exactly. So if you can do some basic work yourself, come on over. You can do a little light wax, tune if you choose. If not, we have partnered with a great store called Venture Sports, and they will tune your skis overnight. You tell myself, hey, I need my skis tuned. I've got, I need some P-Tex, whatever. We will take it over for you. It will be back here by 8 in the morning. So it's just another convenience for you.
And the importance of taking care of the base of your skis is something that you don't want to miss out on. It's like taking care of your skin. You've got a porous face, you've got porous bases to your skis, so it's important that you use this amenity, and it's all so convenient. Now, one of my favorite features that you have here at Bluebird Ski Lockers is the rooms that you can rent.
Right, so we have 7 rooms, and this one is set up for cycling. So you could use it for cycling, skiing. You could, partner with 3-4 of your buddies. A family would just be awesome to keep your skis, your bikes, use it all year long. We're really going to promote cycling. That's my big hobby, is cycling. And we're going to do some stuff out on the floor too, is our goal. And hopefully have rides maybe on Saturday mornings to meet up on the patio and, see what's going on, have different rides for, different types of riders. But this is one of the rooms to show you what you can do to set it up.
Which I think this is such a great amenity for so many, and especially because you can do it wintertime, but then you can do it summertime too. That way you've got access to all of your toys. We love being an outside community, and this is the best way to do it. Now you've got one more option that we're going to show people because we're running out of time. There's just so many great things to talk about here.
Sure, and in here is set up as a ski room locker where you stack your skis, you get put your coats, hats, whatever. You get your own refrigerator, another boot warmer for you. Great thing for a family, I have to say. It works really, really well. And, again, you can put your hiking equipment. You can do just about anything. I mean, Colorado, the best place to live and the most active place to live, if you ask me.
You're not wrong, and that's why we're so fortunate to have you here in the community. Now, if people are interested in being part of the Bluebird Ski Locker family, how can they do so?
So you can go to bluebirdskilockers.com. Information is on there, but we're going to do something that's probably a little crazy. And we're going to offer people from now till the mountain closes, which may be middle of April.
Right.
We're not sure.
Depending on the snow.
Depending on the snow. You get a 4-person locker. And I mean, this is 2.5 months for $100.
Wow.
I mean, it's $100 for a 4-person locker through April 15. And then if you decide you want to do it for the year, we'll talk to you about what annual prices are. We're also going to rent lockers out by the week too, just to let you know. But $100 for 2.5 months, there's nowhere like that, I can promise you. And after that, we can talk about annual prices with you, which is very, very fair. And if you want to call us, I still don't know my number, 970-343-6220, or go to bluebirdskilockers.com and we'll take care of you.
Chuck, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful tour, spending some time with us, and inspiring us to put our stuff in the Bluebird Ski Lockers.
Thank you, Maddie.
Make sure that you come to the heart of Avon, you check out the Seasons building, and you come see Bluebird Ski Lockers for yourself. You rent a locker, $100 through the rest of the season is a screaming deal. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from 2 of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
TVA Vail is proud to announce the Wacky Winter Reading Program. We're asking children of all ages, K and even the teenagers going up to 12th grade, read 10 books or 1,000 pages by April 30th, 2025. You can find all the details on our website, tva8vail.com. Thank you to our sponsor, the lovely Eagle Valley Library District, where you can go pick up your book and have a great time. Have a great winter from your friends at TVA Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Motivational speakers are so important because they really do bring an energy and an essence. While Julio had the chance to talk to an incredible motivational speaker about what she's got going on. So let's hear what she has to say.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, our next guest is a host, author, motivational speaker, therapist, advocate for personal growth with a passion for helping others navigate challenges and find resilience. And to share with us a little bit of her work and her insight on these very important topics, joining us this morning is Elise Litwin. I'm very excited to speak with you, Elise. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today.
I'm very excited to talk to you and learn a little bit about your work because I know you spend a lot of time really advocating and helping people through that personal growth, which I think is always such an important part, to always keep growing and keep learning and keep really striving to be that better version of ourselves. So tell us a little bit about your work and how you get to the work that you're doing today.
So I used to work in mental health facilities as a recreational therapist. And during COVID, I became a stay-home mom. And during COVID, I just decided to reinvent myself. And I created this podcast where I have my listeners, they listen to me, they talk, and we evolve together. And I believe that everybody can reinvent themselves, that you don't have to be stuck to something that you started out with, that you can reinvent yourself and create a little bit of a new identity in your professional life and personal life.
Yeah, and I love that word that you mentioned, evolve, because I think that is part of our nature as humans, is to always grow and evolve. And I want to talk about your podcast in a little bit. But first, I want to talk about some of these challenges that a lot of times we face as society, as humans, as individuals, and how can we find purpose, at least after a setback, after a challenge? What piece of advice can you give us of really finding that purpose when we encounter a challenge?
So it is hard. I like to look at my life kind of in lifetimes, different things that have gone in my life. For example, for me, I've been through divorce. I've had malignant melanoma. I've had different things that have happened in my life, and we all do. And I think that they're like lifetimes, and all of that kind of creates who we are as a person. And the thing that I like to tell my clients when I've sat in therapy groups and even just with my friends is to sit in a quiet place and to close your eyes for a minute and sit with your younger self. We all have this younger person in us that had dreams and desires, and talk to that younger self and ask them, are you doing really what you've always wanted? Or is there something deep within inside of you that you really want to tap into?
Wow, I love that. Taking some time to check in with your younger self, with that inner self, which a lot of the times we don't do. And really seeing what comes out from that, what are you feeling, what are you getting from that, and kind of utilizing that to come back from some of those challenges.
We forget about that little person inside of us. We forget about, but they're always there with us.
Yes, they are always there, our inner child, our younger selves. I also know, Elise, that in your work you emphasize vulnerability a lot, and being vulnerable. Why is vulnerability so important, and how does it help foster healing, or how does it help with that healing process?
I think to be vulnerable means that you're opening up yourself to new ideas, new thoughts. My podcast is Wide Open Spaces with Elise, and I talk about how we have empty spaces inside of us that we can fill with positive and healthy things. And when we're vulnerable is when we are the most creative, the most open-minded. And so, again, sitting with yourself and identifying, how do I want to evolve? How do I want to grow? We listen, we talk, we evolve, and that's how we move forward through life.
Yeah, I love that aspect of being able to be vulnerable and really being open to some of these things that happen, to some of these changes that happen throughout our life. And again, tapping into that younger version of ourselves, to our inner self. So I definitely will take that piece of vulnerability into account. And I want to also talk about, Elise, resilience and empowerment, because those are also two topics, two terms that you work a lot with, that a lot of times we hear also. What do these two terms mean? What do we mean when we talk about resilience and empowerment? And then kind of how do we build a life with resilience and empowerment?
I think that when we have things happen to us, we put in our head that we're weak, that we didn't handle it right. We question ourselves, but really we are very resilient. And if you do take that old adage, 1 minute, 1 day at a time, and just look at the picture of what today is in front of you, that internally builds the strength. If you look into the future and you just feel like, oh my God, I can't handle it, because it's overwhelming to look that far. But if you look just in the immediate right in front of you, it definitely helps to build that resilience. And then you will see and feel internally getting stronger and begin to feel empowered.
And I think a lot of us already have that resilience within us. We're much more resilient than we think. But a lot of the times we don't really realize it because, like you said, maybe we're looking out ahead into the future and we're not taking the moment to be in the present moment and really acknowledging how resilient we can be.
Exactly. We also have those little voices on our shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
The good voice and the bad voice. And sometimes that bad voice is there in our head and it tries to pull us back. But you've really just got to identify coping skills that can just get you through those negative voices.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of insightful knowledge about building some of that resilience, coming back from some of those challenges. And I want to shift, Elise, to talk a little bit about some of your projects. I know you've written a book and you also have obviously mentioned your podcast. Tell us a little bit about these two.
So my podcast, like I mentioned, I started during COVID when we were all kind of stuck home. And when I first started college, I started in journalism, but then I switched to therapy. And just somehow these two came together. And I thought I could fulfill both of those desires of mine by doing a podcast. And my podcast, I talk to my listener as if they're my friend. And I talk about my own personal struggles because I feel that people look at therapists as if they're perfect, and we're not. We have issues and things that go on just like everybody else. And so if my listener can connect with me, and it's grown so much, I'm on my 6th season in 88 countries. So I have a lot of people listening to me, and that to know that people are listening to my voice and utilizing my coping mechanisms to just, like we said, improve and evolve and empower. It's really just been an exciting project for me.
Yeah, 88 countries, 6 seasons. That is a lot of work, Elise. I know podcast is not an easy thing to do. So congratulations on being able to connect with so many different people in so many different countries and really share your message, and get that message across. Now, tell me briefly about your book. I believe it's called Wanderlust Wanderlust Within, A Journey to Self-Discovery. Sorry.
There's a little picture of it.
And
there's me, the redhead on there.
Love it.
Basically what I decided to do is not everybody is a podcast listener.
Yep.
So I took my first season and I picked different episodes and I created those into chapters. So if you're not a podcast listener, you can read my book and kind of get the same thing that you would get as if you were listening to my podcast. So it's just another outlet. I'm working on a newer book that's a totally different perspective. But that's what this book is about, because we all have a wanderlust. It's not just about traveling.
Yep.
It's about a wanderlust within inside of us, our desires, our hopes, our dreams. And sometimes we don't feel like we have a passion. And by reading this book and getting into your internal self a little bit, you come out of the book finding a passion and finding that you want to have a wanderlust within.
Exactly, and that, again, that journey to self-discovery, which I think is really at the core of all the work that you do, whether it's through the podcast, whether it's through therapy, whether it's through now this book, lots of different ways where people can connect and enjoy your message to self-discovery, self-improvement, and that evolution as humanity. Elise, if anybody wants to check out your work, listen to your podcast, where can they do so?
So you can go to wideopenspaceswithelise.com. You can see Elise's ILISE. I'm on all the places you can listen to your podcast. So wherever you want. My main outlet is Podbean. So that's wideopenspaces.podbean.com. And that's where you can find me, and all my social media as well.
Awesome. Well, Elise, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your insights on how we can build a life of resilience, empowerment, and come back from those challenges. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you having me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. We are going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more of the show after this. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne & Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
we would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
Good morning, Vail.
As we're getting so close to the big game, it's important that you have the best tailgating food. Well, we're going to kick off tailgating with one of my absolute favorites, buffalo chicken dip. We're in the kitchen again.
In the kitchen.
Every day. It's been
ITK.
so much fun. ITK in the kitchen with Kevin and Kim.
We should just rename this the Fun Zone because that's what it is.
It is the fun zone.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of fun zone, you want some good stuff for the big game.
Yeah, you're having people over, and you want to impress them with some nice delights to eat and snack on during the big game.
It's true. I don't think people realize how easy snacks can be, and especially when they're made from scratch and made with love.
Made with love, yes.
Because we are in the month of love, and that's coming up next week.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that coming up. Yeah.
Right? So we are going to make a Frank's Red Hot original buffalo chicken dip recipe. One of my favorites. I don't know. We should ask.
Yeah, we
Maybe
should look that
do
up.
a little history
Yeah.
and dig around and find out. Frank, good old Frank. So we're going to get started. It's actually very simple. You have shredded chicken, which you can either buy a rotisserie chicken and shred it yourself. You can boil some chicken breast, shred it up yourself, which is what we did here.
Yeah.
And then you've got cream cheese, about 8 ounces of cream cheese. Plus you've got the Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot.
We have the original, so it's not super hot, but it'll have a kick to it. And then ranch dressing and
Ranch.
some blue cheese. It's the easiest.
We're set to go. We got everything right here.
We've got everything right here. So we are going to get started. What we'll start with is 2 cups of shredded chicken.
Okay.
So we've got our measuring cups here. It's very simple. You really only need 2 cups. You need a 1 cup measurement, and then you also need a half a cup measurement. And that is it. It is so simple.
There's our half.
There's our half. And really, you know, that's just kind of an estimate, right? So it depends on how cheesy you want it. If you want to stretch it, you just add more cheese. If you
Is that how
want
you do
chicken.
that? You just stretch it?
You just stretch it like Gumby.
Stretch it.
Yeah, it's looking good to me. And we don't have to use, you can use all of it.
Yeah, we're
but
going to.
We
There we
are
go.
definitely
Done.
going to. We've also got a shallow, like 1-inch pan to put it all in.
Okay.
Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees.
Okay.
And that is easy. This should take about 10 minutes to prep. So then, from there, we're adding in the 8 ounces of cream cheese.
Should this be softened? This is soft.
It should be soft.
It should be
softened. So
Easy to
we pull it
mix
usually,
in.
if you know you're going to make this ahead of time, I would suggest pulling out the cream cheese like 20, 30 minutes before you get started. Yeah, it's literally that simple. Then we've got the Frank's Red Hot. So it calls for about a half a cup.
Okay.
But I always say the more the better. Why not, right?
Why not? You got a little
it's
half
really,
cup here.
It's really up to you, like whatever you choose
Take the top
to
off
do.
and pour it in.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start smashing in the cream cheese into the chicken. And it's going to seem like a really dense consistency as you get started. But that's okay because we're popping it in the oven so it melts.
Gotcha.
It's going to be delicious. So yeah, we'll pour the Red Hot in. We've got
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Pour it in.
Little Frank's.
Little Frank's. There we go.
Oh, that smells good.
It smells great.
That'll heat you up.
We have nothing like buffalo sauce. first thing
Nothing
in the
like
morning.
some buffalo sauce in the morning.
And then the blue cheese, you kind of you do about a half a cup if you want to. I'm always a little bit estimate.
Half cup, you say?
A half a cup
Half
or
cup.
a heaping half cup is how
Good.
I like to say it. There we go. It's a pretty easy recipe.
It is a pretty
buffalo
easy
chicken
recipe.
dip, I think people don't realize how easy it is to make. So we are just sitting here doing some stirring, doing some dumping, and then we've got
Hopefully
our
it'll dump outside. Need some snow.
We do need some snow, and this
We're going to blue cheese
this
it just a
heat
little
here
bit.
in the kitchen is going to keep the snow away. I
It
think.
will.
Awesome. And then we got our
It's El
chicken in here.
Nino in here.
It is. We got our chicken. So we have the chicken in here.
Okay.
The Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's.
We've got the blue cheese.
a check.
Blue cheese and check, and then the ranch dressing.
How much
If you-
ranch?
You know, I would say you do about a half
About a
cup.
half cup?
Yeah, about a half cup. We could do a little bit more since we put a little more chicken in here,
Yeah.
so it kind of melts a little
This
bit
is
more.
thick stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like to do the avocado-based ranch dressing or avocado oil-based ranch dressing.
Oh, you do?
Personal
Why?
opinion. I just like it. I feel like it's got a little bit cleaner
Kim's
ingredient.
preference.
It is
No
my
reason.
preference. No.
Typically, that's what she says. I don't need a reason. It's what I like.
It's true. You know, don't question my motives.
Nope.
Just listen. I'm going. I'm
And you
getting it
notice I'm
done.
just putting it in. I don't care. Simple question, simple answer.
Simple-
I'm done. I'm
right,
moving on, girl.
Exactly. So we did put some extra chicken in here. So I would say to kind of balance it out, we'll put a little bit more of the ranch and a little bit more.
Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Don't you think?
Why not?
Or let's do
Why
it.
not?
But that's kind of the rough estimate. I used to think that there was cheddar cheese in this, and you can top it with cheddar cheese if you want to.
just to like let it broil a little bit. But really, you don't need it because we've got
the cream cheese.
Because we got the
you don't
cream
want to get
cheese
too
in here.
cheesy.
And the blue cheese in here.
And the blue cheese.
And you've got the red hot. It makes it
The
that
red hot.
fun orange color
The
that we
fun
all know
orange
and
color.
love. It's repeat Kim day. We like to play this game sometimes.
Sometimes we do.
Kevin repeats the
Sometimes
things
we
that
do.
I say.
Very good at that.
It's a lot of fun.
Because what you say is so profound, it just deserves
So
to
profound.
be said twice.
A bit like the Ralph Waldo Emerson
A
quote
little
that I
bit.
gave earlier
Yeah.
this morning.
Make your own trail, path. Don't walk, whatever.
Skip, jump, hop.
Yeah,
As long as it's
we
your
got
own
it.
trail, you're doing it.
We need some more Franks.
We need more Franks, always. So this looks great, which is kind of funny because you're like, does it look good? It does, because this is exactly.
It actually smells amazing. It really does.
I think my favorite Super Bowl treat, big game treat, is the Frank's Red Hot or Buffalo dip in any capacity. Buffalo pizza.
How about just dipping chips in Franks?
I've
could
done
do that.
that too.
You could do that.
I usually do that with French fries.
There's no rules at the big game.
No rules at the
No
big
referees in your living room.
game. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Because there's probably lots
And if
of
there were, I
flags that
just
would
throw
be
a
thrown.
challenge flag. I just throw a challenge flag. Nope, I'm going to do this.
Right. So if you can see it, it looks good. Everything, it's a great consistency because you do want it to be a little bit melty when you're putting it in, when you're trying to dip like a chip or vegetables. We've got some freshly cut
vegetables.
Yeah. I like to do celery and
Trying to get healthy on us, Kim. Stop it.
Avoid the carbs if possible because we're probably consuming them in all other ways while we watch the game.
So then this is it. You've got your oven preheated. You've got your ingredients stirred in the bowl. You're going to put that in your 1-inch shallow baking pan. No oil in there, no nothing. You just put it in.
Just straight in. And then if you
Simple.
if you want to keep it hot, obviously you could do this in a crock pot and just let it sit, but all right, here we go.
Variation.
Kevin, I'm going to give this to you to
Okay.
scoop it into here because I'm
Gotcha.
afraid I'm going to
10-4.
drop this bowl everywhere.
You got it. Just hang on tight. We're scraping.
We are scraping
Got to get out all that chicken.
all
and
the good
Frank's.
stuff and ranch and cream cheese. And that is
All right,
it.
we got it.
Looking great. And then you just spread it evenly throughout the pan. So this pan is a little bit bigger than maybe putting it in like a normal baking dish, but either way, it's going to melt. It's still going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're going
Who
to eat
cares?
it,
No
and we're going to
rules.
love it.
There's no rules in the big game.
No rules in the big game, and no rules in the fun zone.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely
So
not.
now just pop this in the old oven.
That is it. We just throw it in the
I'm
oven,
in.
and then we let it bake for 20 minutes. Looking good. Our oven is heated.
Heated to 350 degrees on the nose.
350 degrees on the nose. We're going to let it bake for 20 minutes. Then we're going to pull it out, and we're going to taste test it and live our best big game lives.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Well, we've got a lot more in store in this first hour, and that's just the beginning. We
Just the beginning.
We just got started, so we'll see you soon, and we'll be right back after this.
We're back already.
We are back. We are back in the fun zone because we have some fun zone football dip to
All right,
check
I'm going to check it out.
Kevin is going to grab the buffalo dip out of the oven. Man, it smells good.
Ooh,
it
it
looks
does.
nice and crispy. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to try it. So we've got two different kinds of ways
Look
to
at
get
that.
it into your mouth. We got
We got a
the
shovel.
Tostitos, the shovel, and then you've got some veggies. We
Okay.
always like fresh veggies, kind of chopped up. I'm going to get in there. What do you think?
Do it.
It's
Do
going to
it.
be really hot, so you're going to have to talk and tell
I
people
will.
what I'm thinking and feeling as I taste this dip. It's going to be
So
a good one.
one thing I did too at the very end, the last couple minutes, I actually hit the broiler. Gives a little bit of crust on top, but again, Kim, you pointed out you could spread some cheddar cheese on there too to get a little more melty. Yeah, that's a good. You're liking that. Okay. But it's got a great aroma. It smells great. You can really smell the red hot and the blue cheese both.
And now that I'm finished chewing, it's actually really not spicy. We did put a decent amount of Frank's Red Hot in it, so it's not very spicy. It's quite delicious. I think you could throw some cheese on it just to give it a little bit more texture and variety in the flavoring, but pour a little bit more Red Hot on top of it, and it's just good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Who doesn't love a good football dip? A good buffalo chicken dip. I could eat this with
Nobody.
a spoon.
I'll
I know,
answer
right?
that question.
Nobody loves
Nobody
it.
doesn't like it.
It's true, but I'm eating it with celery because I'm going to eat probably half of this. Just kidding. I'm not.
Really good for breakfast.
It's great for breakfast, but
Yeah.
we've got a lot more happening on the show, so we'll be back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, Nate Dogg.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair. Second chair nightmare. Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
The Vail Rec District has some great races taking place, and you're not going to want to miss out on them. Some of them give back to our community. Some of them are memorial races, and they've got a great one taking place this week. So let's introduce you to the Vail Rec District.
Welcome back to the show. Joining us now, we have Wyatt Smith with the Vail Recreation District, which is always doing something in the valley. And coming up this Sunday is an uphill race at Vail Mountain. Wyatt, how we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing better now that you're here, man. So let's talk this uphill race on Sunday. It's kind of part of that series that you guys are doing all winter long. But tell us what people can expect if they're thinking of signing up for this thing.
Yeah, so we have the Block and Chapeau Vail Winter Uphill coming up. It's coming on Sunday. It's going to start at 7 a.m. So we're praying for that snow, but right now with it being 50 degrees, it's going to be a warm uphill. Luckily, it'll be that fresh groomer, so you don't have to be skiing on the ice or running on the ice. And it's going to be going all the way up the Simba run of Vail. But it finishes with the Simba race course, so it's going to be the steepest part at the top, but it's absolutely a beautiful race with a great just camaraderie about it. With over 100 people running up, you get to the top, you have 360 views just all around of the Gore Range, the Swatch Range.
Just a perfect place for a race.
Yep.
And then obviously it's a race, but anyone can sign up for this. It's not like a cutthroat, win first or last kind of thing, right?
Absolutely.
It's more community, camaraderie, get out, get some exercise.
It's absolutely about the camaraderie, and it really is just about celebrating the memory of Lyndon Ellefson in there. Ellen Miller and Hooker Lowe started it about 17, 18 years ago, and they've passed it on to us, so we're happy to continue with the tradition. And Ellen even texted me yesterday saying that we can't get rid of the steepest part at the very top, so everyone gets to be ready for that. It's a great time, and then you get to the top, and you get to eat breakfast with everyone, celebrate it, and you earned that breakfast for sure.
Definitely. And tell us a little bit about Lyndon and kind of where this all kind of goes and where it came from.
Yeah, well, so I really truly believe that the people make the place, and Vail especially is a special place thanks to the people. I think Lyndon was one of those people, truly. He moved from Wisconsin. His dad wanted him to be a banker, and he chose to be a ski bum out here, and he became the lift foreman of the Lion's Head race, the gondola. So that's why Ellen chose this place as the race, is because it goes from the bottom of Lion's Head gondola to the top.
How awesome.
And then him being the ski bum, he would just always try to make the most out of his life, having kids and everything, trying to make time to do things. He would do all our races. So he did trail running races. Back then it was road races. So he would actually keep up with our lead biker, which being the fastest guy, and he is such a nice guy. He would just want to bring smiles to everyone's faces. So he would just be chatting up with the lead biker while he's huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Specifically, the biker was huffing and puffing. Lyndon
Right,
was
right.
not. And then Lyndon was just like, let's do more mountain races. We're in the mountains. So we started to do more mountain stuff, trail running and stuff. So it's really, the race community is largely thanks to him.
Yeah, that's amazing, and we're taking a look at it right now, and I mean, really a great event and a great way to honor him and celebrate him, really, right?
Yeah, there's him and Vet.
That's
Ellen Miller in the middle too.
Yeah, so Ellen Miller, for people that don't know, she has summited Mount Everest twice.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit of how she was the first woman to summit twice, and we think she did 2 different routes. But Ellen's really, really crucial in the uphill community here in the Vail Valley. And like you said, she started this thing and handed it off. But we can't thank Ellen enough for kind of pushing the envelope here in the Valley on the uphill stuff and kind of leading the charge there. And there's Lyndon. Look at that smile, man. Look at that smile.
So good.
Oh, these pictures are so great. So Sunday.
That's actually Sylvan. So that's his son.
Awesome.
He'll be out there running. He wears a mullet specifically. He chooses to channel his inner Lyndon, and he just tries to make everyone smile and have a good time.
That's awesome. And Sylvan's a freak of an athlete as well. For those that want to sign up or get involved, how can people sign up?
Yeah, so the registration is online, still open through to tomorrow, to Saturday around 5 p.m. And that's online. So you can go to vailrec.com/races, and you can get to specifically the Vail Mountain Winter Uphill Race, and you can register that way. Alternatively, registration will be open day of, so it opens up at 6 o'clock. Not everyone wants to be up that early, so I recommend registering online. But it'll be open up at 6 o'clock at Lions Head Lift office. So it'll be right inside, so you get to warm up just a little bit while you're registering, and then the race will start right at that bridge at 7.
Perfect. I got a feeling our very own Kim Fuller is going to be out there, kind of the usual suspects that like to do these races. Speaking of the races, we got more coming up too. So like this one's on Sunday, but we have more races this winter, right?
Yeah. So we have the Meadow Mound Snowshoe and Skimo. We're adding in snowshoe this year just because Beaver Creek unfortunately doesn't have all their snowshoe series anymore. So we want to provide an opportunity for snowshoers to get out there and be kind of in the backcountry ish, in a safe environment, which is great. And that one's on March 1st. And then we also have the Shamrock Shuffle, the Kruger family Shamrock Shuffle. Kruger family is one of the old families here in Vail. Their dad built the golf course in Vail, so they're another part of that group that made Vail. And that one will take place at the Nordic Center, and that's just kind of like a run on, I believe, March 15th. That's just before the St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And then we also have just a beginner skin clinic just for people wanting to get into skin skiing, and that'll be at Meadow Mound on February 26th. It's a Wednesday with local legend Dawes Wilson.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that sport, that part of our sport is growing in popularity, that skinning and getting uphill. I'm part of that community as well. So it's awesome to have that kind of resource that you guys provide to kind of introduce some people to the sport. I want to go back to the golf course there, the Nordic Center. Because that's managed right by the rec district there in the town. What a beautiful hidden gem of our town.
Truly.
Right?
Truly. You got the beautiful view of the Gore Range right out there. It's part of public land. I know that some of the original families in Vail actually donated that land to the town, saying that it will always be for the public.
Right.
So why not make a golf course there?
I tell people, if you want to get out of the hustle and bustle of the village, go check out the Nordic Center.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
They got all you can eat soup there, so it's always a great time
So
after
good.
skiing on the mountain.
Thanks so much for joining us. Vail Rec District is doing stuff year round, but get involved. It's a lot of history, a lot of camaraderie, and it's physical exercise, getting outside. It's just
and I do just want to mention that we actually, almost all the proceeds go over to the U.S. mountain running team. So if you're into running, you want to support a good cause, that's where it's going.
That's it. So consider signing up. That race is on Sunday over in Lions Head Village, and more to come from the Vail Rec District. Check them out on social media and the website. Wyatt, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
And we will be back with the rest of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Ooh. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Living your best life and making memories with your friends. That's me, Elizabeth. And today I'm exploring some amazing sites. Come with us. Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. I don't know about you, but I'm inspired to get my hands on one of those Bluebird ski lockers while I still can for such a great price. Now don't forget to make your way out there and participate in all of the fun that's taking place with the Vail Rec District. You can store all of your stuff right there at the Bluebird ski lockers, making it nice and convenient for you. And then of course, motivational speakers are so important to help us get motivated to get through each and every day. So make sure that you tune into TV8's Good Morning Vail each and every morning. That way we can bring you all of this wonderful information. We'll see you tomorrow for another great edition.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
From small towns